We use Trello to control and to assign work to the various machine work centers we have. So how I've set up Trello, the Trello board for work orders, I have a number of lists that detail the various stages that a work order would go through. So I've got a column for references, which is the shelf code and the initial location of the template. The work order template, which is used to create all future work orders. We use the Trello copy feature in order to copy this work order, including all of its sundry pieces that make up the work order, into a brand new copy. So there's a staging area. When I copy a template, I immediately put it into staging. Staging is where the clerk would change the template body into the actual work order body required to describe the work to be done. Once it's complete and most of the boilerplate information has been changed to reflect the actual work order conditions, it will go into the pending approval, upon which the owner of the company says yay or nay for that particular work order, and he's willing to fund the exercise. Once that's done, he will move it into the backlog. The backlog, again, the clerk will review the information, determine if all of the materials and tooling is available, and if not, we'll move into the material sourcing. He'll order what is required and get a quote and place an order for the material to arrive. If it's to be sourced from inventory, in other words, we have enough stuff already to produce this work order, we'll bypass the material sourcing and we'll go directly to work center disbursement. The clerk will see a number of work orders here and determine, oh, okay, everything's ready to proceed. I need to assign it to the various machinists working on the floor, and they will investigate the work order and determine from the template and its initial starting position, as indicated, where the actual work order must proceed to. Using Trello, that work order is then moved to that particular workstation's incoming board list. The work then proceeds at the individual workstations until such time as it needs to move to a different workstation, or it's been completed and needs to go back to the clerk for further processing into either an assembly operation or the quality assurance. So those things that are in progress that have not been assigned or that require non-dedicated work center assignments are placed in progress. There's things like general repair and, oh, I got to put a new light in the shop because it's burnt out, or go clean the floor, I don't know. This type of stuff where a particular job assignment is being worked on by an individual or one of the workers. If the part or work order requires assembly, ultimately they will go into here, this list, which will indicate to the assembly person that all work and all parts and all components of the particular assembly or work order can now be assembled, packaged, etc. Ultimately, once it's been assembled, a QA process also comes into play to make sure that the count is correct, that the box has been packed correctly, all literature has been entered and provided in the packing, etc., etc. Once that's done, the accounting department gets the copy of the work order, and they will actually do the accounting, determine how much that particular piece costs, what its ultimate value is, what's the return on investment, etc. Once that's done, all the completed work orders will finally amass into the completed directory, and Trello has the ability to archive it for future use if we intend to resurrect work orders and essentially reset them. So all the work required to proceed with a work order is not lost, and future updates to the description, etc., need not be re-entered repeatedly for the same work element. And that completes the work orders board.